knows. They say she looks young, but since she acts old. From every day I heard, she gets out of control. And all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but
Alright guys, welcome to 4.6 Savage. I just completed the Jmod and I figured I'd give y'all a pull after it was completed. Alright, so I did the Jmod kit and it seems like it's almost smoother than it was stock. Even though I have my shift points so high, well, my pressure so high, and I did the high out kit, it's smoother than it used to be. I'm really happy with it, and it was definitely worth it. It shifts so much faster. And there's this Mustang here. Had to rev at that 5.0. We know how it goes. As soon as traffic's clear again. I am extremely happy with the Jmod. It's still, it is one of the best mods. If you do nothing else, you have to do the Jmod because it is better for the transmission. It shifts so much better. I mean, I am impressed with it. Very, very impressed. And it took me so long to do it. I should have done it before I did the gears. Now on another topic, the gears. Now 410s and any automatic I would say are necessary. I even wish I went higher. I'm thinking 430s, 456s. Because as you can hear, that was 20 miles. That took me from running 50 to 70. That was one of the fastest accelerations I've ever had in this car, considering it came with 308s. Now, I was scared when I first did this because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do gears without screwing it up. And I screwed up. But it was nothing I couldn't fix. I didn't destroy anything. I didn't break nothing. I have done so much to this car, and it has been the biggest learning experience I have ever had. Now, I can say I've had the car for 4 years. You know, I've done little by little to it. But it is one of the best cars that I could ever see owning. I went and, when I was gonna buy my first car, I was looking at a Ford Focus. Needed motor mounts and a transmission mount. I agree, Ford Focus has a lot of power. I could spin the wheels from that thing stock. But it was like $2,300 and it was maintained but not very well. It needed motor mounts and transmission mount, oil change, all that good stuff. But it had over 200,000 miles on it. Rose here came up for $1,800. Rose had a lot of things wrong with her, and she had a bent frame. Now, I fixed the bent frame, pushed it out with a jack. Came back into spec, so that was lucky. On the other hand, I still have issues with the frame. The K-member did not square up to the body completely. It was off just a tiny bit. And I had to drill it out to get that little bit of play a little bit more. Now when I go a tubular K-member, or maybe in a couple months, I'm probably going to have to drill that one out too. Now, when I drill that one out, I'm worried it's going to have issues, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But I have to do it because one of my headers is leaking. So I might as well go with the tubular K-member route since I'm redoing the headers anyway. I'm going to pull them off and put new gaskets on them. Oh yeah. yes, it shifts so much smoother. And I thought it would chirp the tires more, but it doesn't. It actually shifts better and more controllable than it did before with the 410s. That I am impressed about. I thought it could be, it could be a little bit harsher. It's not to my liking on the thing. I would like it a little bit harsher. But then again, I can always change my my pressure, my line pressure with the tuner. And that's what I may end up doing. But I have to say, hands down, it is one of the best mods besides gears. This is coming from a person who has a PI head swap, long tube headers, cold air intake and tune, and the 410s and the Jmod have made the biggest difference to Rose here. It was very cheap to do, and I have to thank my best friend for the 410s. He's the one that got me them for my birthday. Now, the 410s were probably, in my ranking, I'd put it, it's one of the, it was time consuming more than it was hard. Putting the headers on, since I have long tubes, was the most pain I have ever seen. And I will never do another long tube install. It was just that bad. I will pull the engine and put them on and shove them in there, but I will never do an in-car. It just was so time consuming. I scratched up the crap out of the headers, it just wasn't worth it. Now, given that it's going to warm up a little bit down here, and we only have a 1/8 mile track down here, but I'm going to learn to do my launches, and I'm going to go get my numbers. Now, see how that goes, Well, this is all for 4.6 Savage. Remember, be savage.